Let's continue here on BOXTOROW and Radio Boss. We're joined by two gentlemen. You see them right there, starring in the movie Creed 3. Michael B. Jordan, Jonathan Majors joining us here on the program. What's going on, fellas?
How you doing, man? What's going on, brother?
All right, so Michael B., you know I got my Morgan shirt on, and Jonathan, North Carolina stand up, right? You went to what? North Carolina, UNC, what? School for Performing Arts, correct?
Yeah.
Stand up, NC, right?
You already know. Yes, sir. Yes,
All right, so I'm gonna start with you, Michael. Just talk about the film, but not only the film, but directing and acting in Creed 3 and what all that entailed.
Man, it's a massive undertaking. I think just the time management, the communication, just being able to prep and get behind the camera and get my shots right and figure out what we're doing so I can lead, what I'm saying, a cast and crew of 200 people, what I'm saying, and then obviously the acting side of things. Fortunately for me, this is the third time I'm playing the character, so I got a pretty good handle on who he is, and that prep work has been a lifelong thing, so I'm constantly kind of like picking and prodding and tweaking and adjusting who Adonis is, based on the story. So it's a lot, but I never felt more alive, and I felt extremely blessed to be able to take over the franchise and direct.
And I had a chance to see the premiere. Jonathan, for you playing Dame Anderson. I think you did a fantastic job, and this weekend I'm going to see Devotion. Like, I've really been wanting to see that. Seems like polar opposites in terms of characters. So, yeah. And again, having not seen Devotion, but I will see it this weekend. Just talk about that, and I mean, you're just diverse in what you do in terms of acting.
Yeah, I mean, Dame represents a part of the culture. Jesse Brown does as well. Jesse is in many ways, I mean, he's a hero. So yeah, he's very different, probably the most different from Dame in that way. The diversity is that's just a blessing of the craft right now. That's how things are going. I'm just trying to work and tell great stories and tell stories with high levels of difficulty. And that level of difficulty, I tend to weigh out via the complexity of the characters. As you'll see, Jesse Brown is extremely complex. And as you have seen, I believe Dame is very, very, very complex, and the world in which he operates in is extremely complex, primarily because of this guy here, Adonis Creed.
Not to give too much away, but while you guys were boxing, did you all hit each other too hard by accident?
Never too hard.
Yeah. I mean, we welcome that. I think we're both gluttons. What I'm saying, for punishment in that way, as long as it feels real and purposeful, I think we're down. What I'm saying, to do what you got to do, and it's boxing. There's but so much you can kind of get away with. The body was definitely green light. To kind of like to make it feel as real as possible. But then obviously the headshots we got to be mindful and safe, and it's the money. What I'm saying, it's the money.
Hey, both of y'all look like y'all could take a gut punch pretty well now. Y'all in some good shape.
Appreciate that, man. We train for
yes, we can.
What'd you say? Keep it simple. Yeah. Jonathan, for you, you're all over the place. Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? You've got Magazine Dreams and now Creed 3. Talk about, I mean, that's just all in 1 year. Devotion was late last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I mean, talk about you're all over the place.
It's all good, man. It's divine. It's divine. My people, I'm from Texas, and we are praying folk, and they prayed on me for a long time. And however it's happened, these films are all coming out.
It's his time. I'm not going to sit here and listen to this. Yes, all that what he just said is true. Yeah. But this is his time, and the world is catching up. What I'm saying, and figuring it out. And now they're on Dame's time. They on, what I'm saying, and I couldn't be prouder. What I'm saying, like the world is embracing him in a real way, and just seeing what the choices that he's going to continue to make and the impact he's going to continue to make on the culture and the world is going to be fantastic. And I'm just lucky enough to be around to see it.
It's from my brother.
Yes, sir. Now, MBJ, is your time too. But I got to take it back. Now, I'm from got the Morgan State, right? I'm from Silver Spring. Two of my favorite shows. You played in two of my favorites.
All
The
right.
Wire and
Yep.
Friday Night Lights, two of my favorites of all time. What comes to your mind when you think back to playing in those two TV series?
I mean, Where's Wallace is a big thing, man. I think Wallace was just like me, just being me. You know, it wasn't acting. You know, I had a lot of big brothers on that set. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of, influential, men and women in my life that said, "Hey, yo, Mike, if you keep this up, this could be a career. You can continue to do this." And I didn't even have the confidence within myself. When you got, Idris Elba, and you got, J.D. Williams and Wendell Pierce and Larry Gilliard Jr. and Andre Royo, and you have all these guys, Wood Harris, telling me, hey, Mike, you got something. That was a pivotal place for me. And then, another life lesson that really changed my life is meeting up with Peter Berg on Friday Night Lights and Jason Katims. Peter Berg saying, "Hey, yo, Mike, it's going to come a time where you're going to be tired of waiting for the phone to ring. And you won't want to control your own destiny. So start writing, start controlling IP, start looking for things to buy and own and ownership and what that really means in the industry." And that kind of planted a seed of creating my own shows and wanting to create a production company that led to so many other things. And so those are two pivotal shows that happened really, really early in my life and early in my career that kind of set me in a certain direction.
No doubt. Jonathan, can you tell me about the Sidney Poitier initiative? Like, that's one of my favorite actors of all time. If I'm, I have a game, I come back home on a Sunday. Hopefully it's on Turner Classic Movies. You got some Sidney Poitier. Speak to that and what that means to you to be a part of that.
Yeah, SPI, I'm the chairman of the board of that institution. It's a Sidney Poitier initiative through the Gothams. We are an institution that we are a pipeline, and we are a training ground for artists, executives, producers to make their way into the industry with a bit of a head start, with a higher industrial IQ, right? We're there to help them with that. One of the things Sidney spoke about constantly, but also he speaks about it in his documentary, Sidney, about the transition he had from the island where he was at, and then coming to the United States, the mainland, and then moving into the Hollywood system, and the trials and tribulations that he had there, and how he just did not know certain things, and how he had some unknown pitfalls, and there was no one there to help him. And so SPI is essentially there to do that, to help us transition from whether it be our educational programs. A great deal of our students and mentees come from HBCUs and other art programs, but primarily HBCUs. It is to educate and to help them make that transition. That, in a nutshell, that's what we're about.
It sounds good. MBJ, I can't let you get away without talking about this legacy classic. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a chance to be at this one or last year either. But when I saw the numbers for the Morgan game, and there were in excess of 13,000, and then the game after that, I heard it was more than that. Speak to that, man. This game is really gaining ground, and it's something that you enjoy doing to help promote HBCUs.
I mean, that was incredible, man. The first year we did it in the middle of a pandemic, so and the fact that people showed out the way they did was a labor of love, and I appreciate everybody that that felt comfortable enough to step out to the Prudential Center, come to my hometown, and support those games. And this year, having free reign to really pack it out, everybody showed up, man, and I think it's a testament to what HBCUs mean to people. And having that community and culture and shining a light on the universities, what I'm saying, in a real way, and creating a pipeline from these kids in high school and making them feel good about wanting to land at HBCU. We have high talent. And often it's gone and shipped out to other places. It's never poured back into the community. So if we can create an environment that's cool and a beacon of light and people want to feel like they want to be here. And so putting it on the national stage is really big. Most of the time these kids don't get televised games, what I'm saying? So be able to put them on Turner in a real way was really, really important. And then the brands and then the sponsors, what I'm saying? And getting, the NBA, scouts and looks to come in and hopefully like build this thing bigger and bigger. So it's, it's my second year, we got some good momentum, hopefully, next year it's going to grow even bigger than that. And hopefully you're going to be there, bro.